the eternal spirit of Togo. Between the rolling savanna of the north and the Atlantic waves of the south, there lies a land both small and mighty, Togo. Though narrow in size, its soul stretches wide, carved by centuries of struggle, resilience, and tradition. To walk through Togo is to walk through time itself, where the past lingers in every drumbeat, every mast, every market song, and every wave of the ocean. Before borders, long before the maps of Europe divided Africa with rulers and ink, Togo was a tapestry of peoples and kingdoms. The Yu people journeyed from the east, carrying with them the story of Hogbetsotso, the festival of the Exodus, celebrating their escape from oppression. They settled by the coast, where fishing and trade sustained them. To the north, the Kabi carved terraces into rocky hills, their hands shaping stubborn land into fertile farms. Known as warriors and blacksmiths, they forged tools, weapons, and traditions that still survive. Other groups, like the Tem, Gurma, and Moba, added their colors to this rich fabric. Each had their gods, their dances, their songs, yet all shared a deep respect for the land, believing forests, rivers, and mountains carried the spirits of the ancestors. Life was organized around villages and clans, ruled by chiefs and guided by elders. Wisdom was not stored in books but in proverbs, in songs, and in rituals performed to the rhythm of drums. The arrival of the sea strangers. The first strangers came by sea. Portuguese sailors landed on Togo's coast in the 15th century, their ships heavy with beads, cloth, and firearms. They came to trade, but soon the trade turned to slavery. From the sandy shores of Togo, countless men, women, and children were forced onto ships. Some were captured in wars, others were betrayed or sold. They walked a path of no return to the ocean, never to see their homeland again. The cries of mothers and the silence of chained fathers still echo in the memory of the land. The Atlantic, once a giver of fish and salt, became a river of tears. This is why Togo's coast is remembered as part of the slave coast, a place where freedom was stolen, but memory endures. The shadow of colonization. By the 19th century, new strangers arrived, not just traders, but rulers. The Germans, hungry for empire, claimed Togo in 1884, calling it Togoland. They built roads, railways, and schools, but they also demanded labor from the people. Cotton fields and coffee plantations were forced upon farmers, and the wealth of the land flowed outwards to Europe. When Germany fell in World War I, Togo was split between France and Britain. The British portion was later joined to Ghana, while the French portion became modern Togo. The division of land did not divide the people's spirit. Through festivals, through drumming, through farming, they kept their traditions alive. The drumbeat of independence. As the 20th century advanced, winds of freedom blew across Africa. In villages and towns, the Togolese began to whisper of independence. In 1960, the dream became reality. Under Sylvanus Olympio, Togo declared independence. Lomé, the capital, filled with drums, horns, and dancing feet. For the first time in centuries, the people felt they held their destiny, but freedom's path was rocky. Olympio's assassination in 1963 shook the nation, followed by years of coups and strong rulers. Political struggles often divided the land, yet the people of Togo endured, resilient as the hills, flowing as the sea. The soul of Togo today. Today, Togo is a land where ancient tradition meets modern life. In the south, the city of Lomé buzzes with markets, motorbikes, and the salty scent of the Atlantic. Women in bright Kent and waxcloth balance baskets of tomatoes and maize on their heads, while fishermen pull nets at dawn, their songs rising with the waves. In the north, villages celebrate with wrestling matches, where young men prove their strength, cheered on by drums and flutes. Festivals like Hogbetsotso keep history alive, with masked dancers leaping and spinning, embodying gods and ancestors. Religion, too, is woven with diversity. In one village, you may hear church bells. In another, the muezzin's call to prayer. In the forest, shrines stand where libations are poured to honor spirits. Though small, Togo's spirit is mighty. Its people carry the weight of slavery, colonization, and struggle, but also the joy of survival, the pride of culture, and the hope of tomorrow, the eternal spirit. Togo is more than land. It is more than history. It is a rhythm, heard in the drumming of Hogbetsotso and the pounding of yam in the mother's mortar, in the laughter of children chasing kites on Lomé's beach. It is a song, sung by fishermen, by farmers, by traders in the market. It is a spirit of ancestors who endured change, of farmers who shaped the soil, of youth who dream of tomorrow. Togo may be narrow on the map, but it is vast in heart. It is a land where mountains meet sea, where memory meets hope, where the people never forget who they are. Togo endures. Togo remembers. Togo rises.